So at my peak, I was a mechanical engineering student in my second year of university. Top 5 students, academic in every test, everything like that. I was on a full ride scholarship, and then I was coaching basketball. I was also visiting a senior once a week. I was teaching computer courses to immigrants. I was a discipler within a Christian ministry on campus. I was also on the worship team with that ministry, playing guitar for them. In everything I did, I was so successful, and everyone wanted me back. I felt so good being recognized by everyone. And I never liked getting a public attention, so I liked the feeling of knowing people were talking about me when I wasn't around. It gave me a sense of belonging. At that time in my life, I thought I was so devoted to God, but the reality was he wasn't my number one at all. It was all things for all the good things that were going according to what I wanted in life. In the midst of all of that, there was an incredible sense of loneliness, and I felt so isolated. I was giving back to all these communities, but everyone saw the best sides of me. No one saw I felt the real me in all of me. When I was alone with myself, I always had to have music on because I couldn't stand the silence. And when I prayed, there's still music on because I didn't want to face the reality that I stopped loving him, that I loved all these other things over him. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. I had a moment where it was that thought, oh my God, what have I done? And it just became so real. Everything I've worked for as a child just fell apart. All through elementary school, I promised myself, work hard in high school, get a scholarship, go to school, make mom and dad proud. I lost that all. I mean, the dream of a 5-year-old fell apart. I was like, who am I? I lost all my sense of identity. And there was this incredible remorse and pain and conviction like I had never felt. Like, what am I doing with my life? How did I get here? And how am I gonna get out of this? But I knew God was still there because I could still pray to him, and I knew he was listening. I could feel that he was still listening to me. And even though I didn't love him, he was still speaking to me. I remember this point, I'm like, God, I don't love you. Why? And he starts speaking to me and telling me why. He's like, you pursued this and this and this, and you behaved in these wrong ways. And he started telling me. So even in that midst when I was so destructive and lost everything, he hadn't forsaken me. So a couple months after my breaking point, I enrolled in Freedom Session Ministries. And that really connected me back to God. It took me through a journey of first admitting I am powerless, then learning how to surrender to God. What does it actually look like? And the deepest thing that I learned there was inviting Jesus into my pain. To confess my sins, because I lived a life trying to look so perfect, trying to be so on top of everything. And this program, I had to admit not only to God, but to other people my brokenness. And that humbled me deeply. I'm not perfect, and that's okay. And I can come to God in my brokenness and have him work through me. So after that program, it totally changed my understanding of church, community, and fellowship. I understood at a deeper level what it means to live in fellowship with one another, to confess your sins to one another, to pray for one another so that you may be lifted up. With that, I went back to Freedom Session to facilitate, and I've been a facilitator there for a couple of years now, because I want to meet people in their brokenness, because I was there. I'm still driven, and I still love to strive for excellence, but now there's this massive underlying statement that defines everything I do, and it's this: in light of eternity. And when I think of everything I do, that phrase is always there. In light of eternity, this job doesn't matter. In light of eternity, accomplishing or achieving at this doesn't matter. In light of eternity, looking like the most awesome superstar there is doesn't matter. All of a sudden, my life became centered around Jesus Christ, and nothing else mattered. Now, God is my number one. I love him, and I do more than anything because I know he'll never leave me and he'll never forsake me. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God.